Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. A man was arrested at a 29 Palms bar for investigation into pointing a handgun at a person. On Saturday at around 1 p.m., San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of an assault at the Virginian, located at 63643 29 Palms Highway in 29 Palms. A person at the bar witnessed the assault and called 911. Deputies say that Michael Van Quill, 29, withdrew a pistol and aimed it at a person in the bar. Deputies arrived and took Van Quill into custody. No injuries were reported. Michael Van Quill was arrested on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. He was booked into the Morongo Basin Jail and has since been released on bail. Tonight, the 29 Palms City Council will convene to discuss art, trash fees, a state bill on public records, and polling results about a proposed sales tax increase. Here's Heather Clisby with more.
The 29 Palms City Council will begin tonight's meeting with a presentation by the Public Arts Advisory Committee. A public hearing will be held on the adoption of a resolution authorizing solid waste handling service charges on the county property tax roll and approving a related agreement with the county. This is a required annual resolution and does not address rates. City Manager Kevin Cole will formally present to Council on California Public Records Act Bill AB 1821, which seeks to balance public's right to open government records with the administrative and financial realities of such requests. In the final discussion item, Council will review local polling results on a proposed ballot measure that would enact a 1% sales tax increase. The measure would generate monies for the general fund to address rising costs, most notably around law enforcement. Ballot language will also be discussed, but the final vote on the matter will occur at the June 23rd meeting. The meeting takes place on Tuesday, June 9th at City Hall at 6 p.m. and can be live streamed or viewed on demand. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Heather Clisby.
The Yucca Valley Planning Commission meets tonight in regular session to consider conditional use permits. With more, here's Gabriel Hart.
For the meeting's agenda, there will be a land development update with discussions on capital projects and anticipated schedules. There will be a policy discussion on extensions and timelines for conditional use permits and site plan review permits, where staff will seek commission input regarding whether previous extensions remain appropriate, whether alternative extension periods or limitations should be considered, and whether additional circumstances or findings should be incorporated into a future ordinance amendment. The meeting begins at 6 p.m. at the Yucca Valley Community Center's Yucca Room, open to the public with opportunity for public comment. You can read the full agenda at a link in the story at Z107.7 FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Gabriel Hart.
The committee in charge of recommending actions to the Morongo Unified School District regarding their decreased enrollment is expected to bring findings to the district's Board of Trustees at their meeting tonight. Online news editor Robert Hayden has a look at their agenda.
A work study and closed session from 4 to 6 p.m. leads off tonight's MUSD meeting. The Board of Trustees is expected to go over the 2026-27 budget and fund balance, along with some final actions regarding student expulsion and public employee dismissal and appointments. The open session begins at 6 p.m. where they'll share their findings from the 2 hours earlier. There will also be a legislative report and reports from representatives to the Board of Education, as well as the superintendent and staff members. Then what most people have been waiting for, the Enrollment Committee update, where they're expected to present the findings from the meetings the committee has been holding since January. Decreased student enrollment numbers has the school district looking for a way to address the lack of income that comes with less students, and early discussions about closing elementary schools in the Morongo Basin were met with strong opposition from parents, students, teachers, and faculty members. The Enrollment Committee landed on recommending no school closures and will present their findings and recommendations to the board tonight. The meeting begins tonight at 6 p.m. at Joshua Tree Elementary School. They're located at 4950 Sunburst Avenue in Joshua Tree. You can find a link to the full agenda at this story at our website, Z107.7 FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency Board of Directors meets in regular session tonight. On their agenda is a public hearing to discuss job vacancies, recruitment, and retention efforts. The board will also revise their organizational chart and announce their intent to establish water standby assessments for the Goat Mountain District. The Bighorn Desert View Water Agency Board of Directors meets at 6 p.m. today at their office at 1720 North Cherokee Trail in Landers. And finally, an original comedy, Fortress by Sherry Ann Greer, debuts at Theater 29 this weekend. Arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas strums his lute for this medieval farce with modern themes.
An original play that premiered over 3 decades ago is being brought back to life by the author Sherry Ann Greer, who will also direct the work at Theater 29 with performances June 12th through 28th. Greer, who recently relocated to Yucca Valley from the Los Angeles area, reminisces that the world premiere in the mid-1990s of the play was not quite what she had anticipated, saying,
"Fortress was the first play of mine to be professionally produced way back in 1994 at the Melrose Theater in Hollywood. Though I was an experienced actress, I was a novice playwright and thought it best to follow the common wisdom of having someone else direct the work. And it went okay. We got good reviews. But for me, the comic tone was off, and it felt like a missed opportunity. I threw the play in a box and went on to other things. Restaging Fortress here at Theater 29 has been such a blessing. I am finally seeing the show as I intended it."
Set in a small mythical village known as Bromleyshire, England, Fortress follows Lord Bromley and Lady Magdalena as their starving village descends into a riot. Ill-equipped to lead, Bromley raids a neighboring duke while ignoring the deeper causes of unrest. While the duke arrives with exploitative demands, the couple scrambles for solutions, turning to increasingly desperate and unconventional methods. Greer has assembled a cast of experienced actors along with one newcomer to bring her dream to life. Michael D. Simpson is Lord Bromley, Rebecca Ossier plays Lady Magdalena, Stormy Ingram takes on Charity, while J.T. Eberhardt is Marshall, Kevin A. Hales the Duke, and Anna Lacazio makes her stage debut in the role of Kate. Fortress will open Friday, June 12th and run weekends through June 28th. The opening night gala is a fundraiser for the 29 Palms Food Pantry with tickets available by calling Lori Cosgrove at 760-361-3663. After opening night, all tickets are available at theater29.org. Fortress is proudly supported by a grant from Visit 29. Reporting for Z107.7, this is arts and entertainment reporter Charlie Thomas.
Thank you, Charlie. Stay tuned to Z107.7. We'll be giving away tickets to weekend shows of Fortress. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.